Which would you prefer? So, because the old money, it seems like that would be a bit stale. That wouldn't be as much fun. Where the new money type of guy, that might be, more parties, more spending money,
more of an experience,
more yachts for the, more Dubai.
Yeah. Versus the other guy, it might be more consistent, but maybe got it as a, inheritance. Right? Is that what you mean? When you say old money?
I think that has a lot to do with it as well, because I would assume that a gal is going to want to go out with a guy that was able to make his own money, right? Because if if it was given to you, then that really doesn't prove who you are. It doesn't mean that you're capable. It doesn't mean that you're a leader. It doesn't mean that you're decisive, right? But if you've made that money, like you guys have, from scratch, you just came from nothing, that in and of itself proves that you're ambitious. It proves that you're smart. It proves that you're good with money. It proves that you're a leader. It proves that you can manage people. And I think those are all qualities that are very attractive to women, but it's something that they can sense intuitively.
It's funny. When I'm on a date sometimes, Alex, how'd you do the podcast with Myron? And the story itself shows a lot of DHV. And that by itself does show social proof.
Yeah.
So
okay.
It's huge.
All right. Did you want to ask that question? Yeah. So we'll go here. Would you prefer a guy that comes from a rich family, maybe inherited the money, right, old money, or a guy that got it himself, but obviously he might be throwing money around and a little bit more reckless with it, etc.
Ooh. And you said,
a guy inherited it because his family's wealthy, right? So he's doing well and is probably going to stay there for maybe another generation or two. Versus a guy, he's the first one to make money in his family. He's throwing around crazy, don't know how to act. You know what happens when you can't give these niggas money, right?
Yep.
So
Right.
So
I would say a guy that inherited the money.
you go with him?
Yeah.
Okay. Why? Security?
Security is one thing. And I just feel like when it's old money, I just feel like it's managed well because it's been there for so long.
Yeah.
And I think that's a mindset. Like I feel like what she was saying earlier, what Maddie was saying earlier, that you have more knowledge behind it.
Okay.
Like I feel like you have more education, more people that's willing to pour into you when it's older.
But the people that gave it to him has the knowledge and the wisdom.
But not all
the guy
men.
might not. The guy might be a complete, complete
Well, you're saying
idiot.
the old money don't have the knowledge?
Right, because if they inherited the money, it doesn't mean that they're good with money.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
I think that comes down to the parenting of the parents, though. You're either going to have a spoiled brat or you're going to put your kid in position to win even more than you, hopefully.
Yeah.
You want them to go past beyond what you
But
were
then you
able to
also
do.
have to remember, if you're with that guy and times become tough, what is his level of competency with navigating that storm if he's just been handed everything in a silver spoon?
Right.
Where the guy that made it himself, that if you go through some troubles.
I just didn't like the idea, and not to cut you off, I'm sorry. I just didn't like the idea of what he said, which he throws it around everywhere. I think that for me was kind of like a scary point.
Okay.
And I'm more so speaking from my own personal experience. To me, having to had issues with handling money financially myself, seeing a man do that, it scares me because it's like, oh my God, I don't want to be put back into the same situation that I'm trying to get myself out of.
Understood.
Shot with nickels, man.
All right. What about you?
I'm gonna say old money, but then what you said about him throwing it around, that does scare me. But I'm gonna say new money. Yeah, I'm gonna say new money. But it still scares me that you said it throws around. But I feel like someone with new money, you have the ambition and you have the goals to continue to get more, and you made it, so you're gonna continue making it.
All right.
I'm gonna say new money because I would never want to deal with somebody who's like out of touch with reality, if that makes sense.
That's good.
So I would rather go through the struggle and the storm and everything, navigating and stuff.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, you like chicks, bro.
I'm about to say.
I don't like
You like women. All right. What about you?
Well, contrary to what I was going to say, I would say new money because I want a partner that's just as hungry and like came from like the bottom up, but I would like to be able to harness it into old money together, create an empire.
That was beautiful.
What about you, Miss Charger?
I mean, that was like perfectly worded right there. I think we all can say that was pretty. That was pretty spot on. But yeah, I would also say new money. I think if you're mature enough, I think you will attract someone just as mature, and you can teach them the right way to get back into the good habits of saving it, creating it to be old money.
I would say new money as well, like what she said, because
you build an empire together and come from the bottom together. And
Together.
Bruh.
Yeah, because
Love
let's
that
say
word.
Y'all building?
so we're saying like this person has new money, right?
Yeah.
And they're throwing it. I don't like that. But as a partner and as a woman, I'm gonna correct you because we're here to guide each other.
So
as
you're
a
gonna
couple.
tell them how to spend their money,
Not to
when you didn't
spend
make
it.
their money.
Not to spend it, but I have my own stuff. But if we're dating, I guess we're together, right? So we're one. We're whole.
Your whole?
Yes. So I feel like you
Merge.
have to help each other out and correct each other out. You know?
And her issue is it's going to be very difficult for her to find a guy like that.
Yeah.
Extremely difficult.
I wants to build.
Well, just you guys understand hypergamy. So she's very smart. And how old are you?
24.
24. I mean, she's got an Airbnb, she's got a business, she's got a podcast, she's got all these things going on. So, try to find a 24-year-old guy out there where that she would look at and say, oh, he's up here. I want to aspire to be like that, which is what all girls at the end of the day are looking for. So if you just do and look at the probabilities, it's a numbers game. And so if you think about how many guys are in that age group that are in Miami, how many of them are single, how many of them are straight, how many of them have over 200 testosterone or whatever, your pool is very, very limited. So unfortunately, the more talent you have as a gal, it really limits your options. It just is what it is.
Well said. Wow.
Yes.
That's true.
Yes. Sorry, you were next.
Okay. I feel like somebody that has new money because they come from zero. And
Bro, she don't care, bro.
Well,
Nigga,
I do
she don't
care
care, man.
sometimes. I do.
I spend it on you anytime.
Okay, because I'm also scared of being alone. I love my boyfriend. He's the best, but I'm also scared of being alone, so that's why.
That's what it is.
But
Yeah.
that's
She don't
what
wanna be
guys
alone.
do, though.
That nigga said, baby, I'll never leave you.
Okay.
Listen here, bro. Hey, you know what's funny, right? He probably so cheap right now, man.
Oh, wow.
Man.
Where is he right now?
Where's that nigga? Yo,
He's at home.
With who?
With himself? I got the keys.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Do you have his location?
Yeah. 24/7.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry.
24/7.
Well, she's the boss, so I mean,
God damn.
Makes sense.
Weird
Yeah, but
appearance.
that's
I wish a chick would.
but how long have you gone out with this guy?
For 3 years. But I rather build a man than I already like.
Wait.
Build the man?
Yeah.
Wait, who
We
cooks?
have- I cook and he cooks also. But he was the cook in Texas Roadhouse. I learned how to cook recently.
Yeah, but and how old are you?
I'm 21 years old.
Oh, 20, yeah. So
Yeah.
this is you give it another 2 years and there's zero chance they're still good.
Yeah, I should be tired of that shit, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time. I always say it's like a shot clock. If a girl's providing for you as a man, just a matter of time until she gets tired of that shit. She's like, man, fuck this shit.
I mean, if he's smart,
Absolutely.
he'll be debt free and leave free and clear.
Yeah.
If he's smart.
Yeah.
Yep.
What about you?
I want to say new money, but I'm going to go with old money because I feel like the probability of the longevity of that is higher than the new money. Even though I do want to enjoy the thrill and the fun of having new money and how they spend it. I think the old money can have a combination of that. So it's like, why can't we have like a little bit of both? But like, obviously, like primarily the old money, because like I said, the probability of it lasting is higher in my opinion.
But think about the ambition, right? Because women make decisions just intuitively,
Right.
right? Everyone likes to think that they rationalize decisions, but really it's kind of how you feel. And what I think a lot of times turns women on is that ambition, where the guy that didn't make it himself, he had everything just given to him. Zero ambition, just sitting at home doing nothing, and his parents have taken care of him. But then you've got this other guy that is dynamic, powerful, and he built all that stuff from the ground up. And he wants to continue to have more and more and more and more, and people look up to him.
My thing is, I don't think somebody who inherited wealth is not always going to not have ambition. So I feel like they can also get wealth inherited and also be ambitious as well. Because I don't think that negates the fact that just because they inherited it, they're not going to be ambitious whatsoever.
Yeah, it's a game of probabilities.
Right. So
What you guys will realize when you get older and older and older, it's the guys that are super ambitious, those are usually the people that have made the fortune themselves. They're
Yeah.
self-made. Self-made.
I agree.
What about you?
I would say old money because, like, let's say if you grew up like around your family and you were like very cultural, they're gonna teach you to maintain that and obviously not lose the family's legacy. You know what I mean? So I think it's just like if they realize that their parents did hard work getting to where they are now, they're not just gonna lose that and hold back. They're always gonna have ambition by remembering that.